Alrighty, folks, we sincerely apologize for what you've been seeing here. The stream completely kind of broke down right there. Hopefully we are back to live here on YouTube. Everything keeps crashing here on me. Technological issues just keep on happening for whatever reason. I am keeping my fingers crossed that we can get this whole thing in without any problems.
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was seeing there in the software that we're sharing. So, again, fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's weird that the software, which has been the one thing that's kind of sucked about a lot of this in this current arrangement, is the one thing that's actually worked properly tonight.
I don't even know, but anyways, unfortunately, the rest of the starting grid we're not going to bother with. We just got to get right into this. We'll talk about other drivers as the race goes on. But with all that being said, finally, the safety car is going to roll off. Cars down the front straightaway. Flagman's going to wave the green. We're underway with the Dart Indy, Ontario at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
Yeah, and you see Sears immediately kind of taking that middle line as Swainson goes wide straight away. That's going to let McCauley and Baum get ahead.
Wow, a big dive bomb right there. I believe that was from Magrum. Wow, there's contact!
Oh!
Swainson goes around. The right rear tire looks like it's going to come off. And already big trouble for the 99.
If that guy didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. My God.
And after all that, no surprise whatsoever, the top three, Sears, McCauley, and Baum, all within about a second of a gap. Jose Mercado in fourth, almost 3 seconds back.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what happened there, whether it was actual contact or whether Swainson fell victim to netcode on that one, because I didn't think there was like anything immediate.
Whoa! More trouble towards the back. Darcy Ford, the number 64, is around. Oh my, and Hernandez really up close behind him as Ford. Left side tires in the grass still. He's able to keep his car straight and going.
Yeah, I don't know if Canadian Tire makes extra parts for these kinds of cars.
So a lot of stuff really just happened right there. As I believe C.D. Mangrum and Kyle Knoll just swapped 6th and 7th. We're going to have to look back now and check out what on earth just happened there at that start.
Yeah, it seemed like everyone had gotten away relatively cleanly, again with the exception of Swainson getting into the grass out of turn 1, and I mean, there's a recovery there. You see Mercado go by straight away. Yeah, I don't see any contact with Mangrum there.
Mangrum is able to get back wide. Mangrum is able to get back on the track just fine. And then Darcy Ford had something happen a little bit later. I'm not having a good feeling here because on the timing screen I'm seeing a lot of drivers with maneuvers here. This is awful timing.
Yeah. So I'll pretend to know what's going on. Oh, there's the shunt.
Oh, whoa! Kyle Knoll jumped forward right there into the barrier. So that's what happened.
Yeah, that's. I said shunt, more of a shove.
And then later on with Ford, I could have sworn something else may have happened to him because he was falling down. Oh yeah, here we go.
That's kind of, yeah, gets a little loose. That left-hander at the start of the Andretti straight.
And then something happened with Mercado too. Oh boy.
Oh, just a strange touch there. Doesn't look like he hit the barrier that hard. If at all, as a matter of fact. Looks like he gets it spun around. Oh, right at pit lane. Yikes.
Wow.
Pull.
Very close call there. As I think Butler might have had something else happen with him, but I think other than that, not much else. C.D. Mangrum, I believe, just got by Mike Marini right there. But we're going to get back to the present time because we kind of have to stay up there on what's going on. Charlie Sears leading by over a second and a half. Paul McCauley and Dylan Baum going out of here for the second position.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we're only talking about it over a second, though, at this point in other races, you've added a 0 to that one, and it's been closer to 10 seconds. So things getting a little bit closer here at the top. Kind of figured this might happen at a track like Canadian Tire where you can open things up a little bit more. But yeah, the boys are coming to play here.
These cars are just going at absolutely blistering speeds across this roller coaster of a circuit here. Lap 5 of 45 in the Dart Indy, Ontario. Round 4 of 13 for Season 2 of Dart on iRacing. I mean, if we can get a...
Oh, there's McCauley!
Oh! The 17 goes around as I was just about to try and get an on-board angle and show how fast these cars are going. But the 17 goes around. Now it's going to be Sears and Baum together, about like separate by almost about a 2.5 second gap together. And now CD Magram's going to try and take advantage here of the 17. He will, at least so far, barely, as now they're going to be 12 seconds behind the race leader. As wow, Magram and McCauley are getting real close here together.
Yeah, I mean, that felt like a formality there, didn't it, Reegs? Like, you have to think where McCauley got it sideways, same spot as Darcy Ford had gotten it sideways a couple laps before. But right at the start of that super long Andretti straight, that is a nightmare place to have something go wrong. CD Magram approaching at full speed. Position's pretty much his.
So the idea what I was going to get here was the onboard tap. There we go. So yeah, this is going to be really good timing as the drivers go down the Mario Andretti straightaway. As now the 17 actually takes over the 1 as we're doing that.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe that's what... no, it was Baum who was behind McCauley before. I was about to say he was trying to overtake, but that would be wrong. So just... forget I'm here.
So yeah, speeds of almost 200 miles per hour max down the Mario Andretti straightaway towards the end. Meanwhile, Charlie Sears still leading the way here on lap 7 as Dylan Baum tries to catch with all his might, a 1.5 seconds back. Although it does kind of look like Baum ever so slightly every now and then does seem to be catching up, sometimes falling back. I mean, it's no surprise here. We got pretty much the 2 best drivers in the field going at it.
Yeah, I mean, all 3 victories in the series accounted for in our top 2. So, as you say, no surprise there. But I thought I'd seen Baum slowing down maybe to try and pull something on Sears there, but not close enough, obviously. And looking at the tire compounds, is that addressed, or is that right, or what are we looking at?
I haven't gotten any word on whether or not it has been fixed, so I'm just going to go off of the notes that I do have. So if the issue is still the case, reminder, the medium tire is correct. If you're on the soft tire, it's actually the hard tire. If you're on the hard tire, it's actually the soft. So 1st through 6th is accurate. Hernandez and Cudmore in 7th and 9th are on the hards. Butler and Mercado are on the mediums. And then you see some other guys that, again, it says they're on the soft tire compounds. They're actually on the hards.
Yeah, so that's clear as mud to follow, everybody. Just, flip the soft and the hard, and then we'll be all set to go. Medium, it just kind of stays the same. It's reliable. It's there for you.
Indeed. So with all that being said, Dylan Baum has started to caught up now, under 0.5 seconds behind the number 32. Here's the dynamic TV angle that we're getting up high. Both cars in the frame, well, they were in the frame, as they come up through the Moss Corner Hill.
Yeah, it's almost like, the feel of a European track with all the forestry in the middle.
Indeed, it's almost as if we're getting like kind of a repeat of what we saw back in Barber early in the race, where we had 2 drivers going at it within about the first 10 to 15 laps Unfortunately, it's not Baum and Macaulay. At least if we're talking about the 17, it's instead the number 32 again. 2 DNFs in 3 races, yet also has 1 win. So again, whenever the guy is able to finish a race, it seems like he goes to victory lane. So this time around, if he doesn't win, he'll try to at least finish the race. And might as well point out by now that we do have 1 DNF now in this race. So 16 of 17 drivers remaining, as Jonathan Swainson, the number 99, unfortunately the first DNF of the race after that early incident we saw with him on lap 1. Darcy Ford still on pit road, 8 laps down. I assume he'll still try to finish the race the best he can. Are those Picker wearing Woody costumes?
I mean, would you be surprised? Okay, fair, yes.
So yeah, 12 of 16 remaining cars in the race on the lead lap. Ivan Reynolds, Darcy Cudmore, and Mark Roulette are all 1 lap down at the moment. Meanwhile, we might as well just keep the cameras here on these 2 cars right now. Sears and Baum just going at it for the lead.
Yeah, and I think we've been anticipating this kind of a battle. You mentioned, Sears and the 2 DNFs, winning if he finishes a race. It's more like winning if he gets out of turn 1, because it's been an immediate casualty for the 32 in both of those instances, turning pole at Barber, and I wasn't here for last week.
Oh, here we go!
I caught in the middle, and Baum gets the inside line. Well scouted.
Great move there by the number 3, who gets by the 32 with ease, diving it down to the inside at the end of the... What in the... Oh, the 77 might have had trouble.
Yeah, meanwhile, just front wing there, nothing to see.
I would absolutely love to go and find out what the heck happened there, but these guys are just going at it. And come to think about it, even though this is a race and the Indy 250 qualifying that we're going to get into earlier, we still are pretty much getting a preview of 2 guys that will most certainly be putting up fast laps in qualifying later tonight, as they're going to go side by side once again down the Mario Andretti straightaway. Baum still with the advantage so far here on lap 12 of 45. This race actually gone by pretty fast here so far.
Yeah, I mean, Baum had the inside line pretty well covered there, so it's a case of, making that car as wide as humanly possible for the number 3, and we saw him do a fantastic defending job at Texas last week as well. He's going to be under siege here from Charlie Sears for, a significant portion of this race here if this holds up, and I, for one, am here for it.
We're all here for it. The viewers are here for it. Literally right on the rear bumper of the 3 is the 32. This, again, is going to be another opportunity down the straightaway to potentially get the run, get the slingshot here on the number 3. Oh, almost a block there by the number 3. Here they are side by side right along Baum's left rear tires.
Yeah, but
3 still
with that inside line.
Man, I'm looking at the timing screen. I'm seeing drivers going through situations, but I don't want to get off of this.
Yeah, I mean, this is fantastic here, and as you say, the laps are just absolutely peeling away here. The fact that we're almost at 1/3 distance, this is crazy.
It's probably a good thing too, because whenever, at least for certain drivers in certain time zones, a lot of them will be losing sleep because of the qualifying later, including myself and the guy on the other side of my room. Let's get a better angle there.
Baum lost some grip there coming through the Quebec corner, I think, and Sears was all over the back. We'll see if he's got a better shot at the Andretti straight this time around.
Oh, that lap car might want to get out of the way. Yes, good job by Darcy Cudmore, the number 75, to get out of the way of these 2 guys absolutely going at it.
Yeah, Darcy Cudmore being there, I think that's going to save Baum for another lap.
I think something might have just happened there with the 17. Yes, he went off.
Yeah.
CD Magram getting past him again. Remember earlier, stuff happened. Let me see here. I do remember seeing something going on. Come on.
And remember, kids, it's not called Motorsport anymore.
No, it's not. Okay, there we go. There it is. Ooh.
Well, I mean, you did call it the white corner incident, right?
I think, yeah, that was the 80 that, and Hernandez put it into the wall a second time, so Ouellette with a good avoidance there, but the 91, I believe, is out of the race after that incident.
That's a pretty hard hit.
Now, this is what I was trying to remember here. What in the...
Where are we going, Bretta?
He's just gone. Now on pit road. I have no idea what just happened there, but anyways, we had to get through all that because I just saw on the timing. I saw on the timing screen Sears was barely in the first place position while we were looking through the replays. But Baum has taken it back. They're still going at it. Ivan Reynolds has to get out of the way of them, and he does a good job as well. Lap Traffic actually doing a pretty good job of staying out of the way of the lead lap cars in this one thus far. Oh, I thought Sears was going to try and go for a bit of a dive bomb there. Down the hill. And back up. Oh, almost contact.
Yeah, there was definitely a touch there. And if you recall, at Barber, Baum got into the back of Sears, and that's what got him kind of spun around and out of sorts in turn one and led to his retirement. I'm not suggesting anything there whatsoever in terms of history, just saying that's a thing that happened. But right now, you know, that's giving Dylan Baum some breathing room.
Oh, Sears to pit road.
Into pit lane. So
Baum stays out.
This might not be good for the 32.
I get okay, yeah, because now we can finally now we have a bit of separation there. We have to go back and see what just happened there.
Yeah, it looks like Sears tries to make a move, thinks about it into Moss. I wonder, is it a brake check or? Yeah, I don't know, but there's definitely contact right at the base of the Andretti straight. Even the left-hander right before that.
Indeed, so Dylan Baum will maintain the lead now by almost, now 11 seconds over CD Magram as the 32 has come off pit road. And I think if we go to the tire compounds, Sears has chosen to go on the hard compound.
Yes, we're calling the red the hard, certainly not what you'd conventionally think of, but yeah, I mean, Sears looks like he's good to go to the end here at this point.
Now the thing is, though, Sears pitted first. If Baum chooses not to pit for some time, Baum is going to have the advantage still.
I mean,
likely.
The time advantage is right there anyway, and, you know, all things considered, it seemed like a pretty short stop there for Charlie Sears. Relatively short pit lane here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
Yes. So far, sorry?
No, I was just going to say, Baum's kind of in no man's land here.
Yeah, basically. I mean, Sears so far, Ouellette and Mark Ouellette and Hunter Young so far have, there goes Baum. There we go. Ouellette and Young both with one pit stop. Sears, the only guy out of everyone else to have one, but now Dylan Baum's actually going to change that as soon as I was saying all that. So Dylan Baum now on the pit lane. Oh, Darcy Ford.
And I mean, Baum, I initially wondered if Sears going in was damage related, but again, he came out pretty quickly, so you'd have to think this is Dylan Baum covering off the 32.
Indeed, so Baum 8.85 second pit stop time right there. We toggle that off. Sears just coming off of turn one. So the two will be separated by about 3 seconds or so.
Which, yeah, that was roughly the gap after that bit of contact that we saw. So, yeah, ultimately everything kind of evened out between the two, and now it's game on from here.
Absolutely. So we're actually kind of getting a new battle for the lead here now. Again, though, it is with guys that still have not come down. Never. Every single time I say it.
Well, I mean, they project pit windows for a reason, right? So you'd have to think that, guys are understanding what that window looks like and, just kind of executing here. Now, it'll be very interesting to see, well, maybe not some of those other times there, especially the one that's gotten into, the 4 figures worth of seconds, but, 8.5 there for Corbin McCauley on that pit stop. That's pretty solid. But yeah, you'd have to think of, potential strategies and compounds. We'll see who's going to try and cover off who, and, who's going to come out the freshest here for presumably the final stint of tonight's race.
Yeah, we're just a couple laps away here from halfway through round 413, the Dart Indy Ontario here for Season 2 of the Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series on iRacing. So, again, Mercado doing his pit stop. I think he had a bit of an issue there getting into his pit box. CD Mangrum has now entered pit road, and he will lose the lead to Kyle Knoll and Mike Marini. Mercado's pit stop time 7.67.
Okay, so a second less, certainly. I wouldn't have thought, a couple laps would have resulted in a second less worth of a fuel fill-up, but maybe Mercado's trying something different here. Who knows?
Even though a couple of these guys still have yet to come to pit road, Kyle Knoll and Mike Marini are going at it for the lead here, separated by about, almost half a second. Actually, as a matter of fact, it's 3 cars as Dylan Baum is going to take advantage of these two after, again, pitting 2 laps ago versus 21. Again, between Knoll and Marini, who obviously, because of that, have not pitted yet. These two are going for the lead, but then Baum has the advantage. He has to find a way to get past these two.
He does, and yeah, especially if these two happen to stay out, and Marini does. Knoll doesn't.
Yeah.
So that's half the battle there for Dylan Baum as he continues his quest to get back into the lead. Which, I mean, you'd have to think that's a formality based on sheerly the tire advantage, as well the fact that, again, Marini is yet to come in.
Kyle Knoll's pit stop time, 8.77. A little bit loose coming out of the pit box right there. Oh boy, Sears and Baum are reunited.
They are, and Marini's just kind of gonna let them go, I think.
Oh my goodness, they're going to be side by side. Welcome back. What we were seeing earlier, it's returned, and these two, again, this time around though, they've got the fresher set of tires, although Baum, I would imagine, because again, 3 laps since last pit versus 5, Baum will ever so slightly have the fresher advantage, but it's going to really come to a matter of skill and luck coming to the checkered flag as we are now officially halfway through the Dart Indy Ontario.
Yeah, and again, toward the end of that first stint after Baum got by Sears, it's been a phenomenal defending exhibition here, and it's been 99% clean, I'd have to say, as Sears is just all over the place.
Oh, he dives it in through Moss corner. He gets him. The number 32 back to the lead.
Man, oh man. That was as nice as Baum's move on Sears was earlier. The return, or the receipt, if you will, that was pretty sweet as well.
Absolutely, but that doesn't have to mean anything just yet. We still have half a race to go. Plenty of time for Dylan Baum to remain and keep up in this one. Again, Baum does have the ever so slightly fresher tires. But again, though, this is a Canadian Motorsports Network, I guess technically sophomore, but open wheel wise, a rookie versus someone who again participates in a high level iRacing open wheel series and has a pro license in the road division, I guess you could call it, quote unquote. So,
yeah, these two this has been fun. And, I wasn't sure what to think of Canadian Tire as a track for our Dart series. That way I'm not censored for saying the other one. But this thing's lived up to the hype. Maybe exceeded expectations to this point.
And the thing is, again, as I was saying, we still have half a race. Anything's possible. It looks like most drivers deciding to go on the hard tire compound the rest of the way through here.
Wait.
Oh, Bob just overtook him.
Sears pulled over.
Interesting call there.
Yeah, like if you look on the ever so slight start-finish straight, you'll see Sears. He's going to pull it into the wall. And he's slow. Bombs by.
Interesting.
Yeah, because like I didn't see anything on track that would like warrant a penalty that would prompt a place to be given back.
Oh, Sears going to try and get the run back, though, down the Mario Andretti straightaway. I think his left side tires ever so slightly touched the grass there, so that definitely didn't help. And some nice angles from up here.
Yeah, some great looks here at Canadian Tire.
So lap 25 of 45 now, I guess, since we're just past halfway through the race and this battle is going on, I'm going to finally do something that I... Oh, whoa!
Oh!
Macaulay, and I think that's Darcy Cudmore getting together. Oh, my goodness, that's huge.
Yeah, Canadian Tire, those boys found a lot of tires.
Oh, man, what on earth happened here?
Yeah, that is not ideal. And, ooh, coming up the Andretti.
There we go.
Oh, they're coming up on Darcy Cudmore here.
Oh, wow.
Tried to get the overtake done in the S's. That's high speed. That's hard to do. And, like, I don't know if there was initial contact. There certainly was on the follow-up.
So the 17 tried getting past. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's... I don't know what to think about that one. I think he just pulled in and, got a little too careless on the line, it looks like. Because it's not like you see Darcy Cudmore in 6th gear. I don't think it was a matter of him not being at speed in that section. Like, you'll see it on this angle here. Darcy Cudmore doesn't move. Then becomes a passenger. That is a tough one.
That's an awkward one, that's for sure. But wow, so the 17, after being absent due to an iRacing event last Tuesday, he is out of the Dart Indy Ontario.
And don't forget a retirement at Long Beach before that.
That as well, too. So huge for the points right here again. And it just doesn't help, too. We remember how dominant of a season he had for Season 4 of the NASCAR series on iRacing.
Yikes, what is going on
here?
Oh
my gosh, even more lap traffic if you ask what's going on. I was literally saying earlier lap traffic was doing just fine. And now it's become a cesspool.
And that got a little tight there, especially when you get two lapped cars in that particular situation. But yeah, ultimately Blom and Sears do get through. But yeah, these last 15, 16 laps, I mean, yeah, the track will open up as, more attrition happens. But keeping it on the road is going to be important. It's like, I'll default to it again. To finish first, you have to finish.
Absolutely, and I think maybe that reaction helps. Kind of.
Pretty much.
So as this battle continues to go on, what I was gonna say, actually, will he get a run on the straightaway though? Actually, I'm gonna. Okay, I'll play it safe here. This is something that I somehow I've kept missing this every damn race, but I finally remember. We would like to thank all the sponsors and partners that help us here at the Canadian Motorsports Network be able to continue this successful operation every single week, every single Tuesday night, or I guess technically Monday night for next week for the Indianapolis 250, of course. But we'd like to thank the Holland Hurricanes, Kyle's Fried Chicken, Rampage Coffee Co., GTR, TrackCams22.com, which is the cameras that you see here being used for these broadcasts here for, again, this is, I guess, quote-unquote, our second season here on iRacing within the Canadian Motorsports Network. First one in the Dart Series. And, of course, Piping Kettle Soup Co. and GSGSG Vinyl 3D. So we'd like to thank each and every one of them for being partnered here with the Canadian Motorsports Network, and we hope that they continue to support us on this journey, as there's, I swear, every time I see Sears get a run, it all of a sudden then just doesn't happen.
Well, again, like, Baum knows where to put that car. Like, there's only so much you can do if the guy ahead's able to pick up the right line. He's there, you're not. Good luck.
So again, it just continues to be Baum and Sears just going at it for the lead here. This is pretty much what it's going to be until the end, unless something catastrophic happens. Jason Butler on pit road. So C.D. Mangrum in third place. Kyle Knoll is in fourth. Mike Marini in fifth. Daniel Cudmore is the first car a lap down, so only 5 cars remaining on the lead lap. It's again another road course race where literally only like 5 or less cars remain on the lead lap. Jose Mercado 7th, Ty Higginbottom 8th, Jason Butler's 9th, Corbin McCauley still in 10th right now, but I imagine the DNF is going to push him back even further. Ivan Reynolds is 11th, Mark Ouellette's 12th, Darcy Cudmore 13th, still in his pit box. Hunter Young also still in his pit box in 14th, and then Hernandez is out, Darcy Ford still in his pit box, and of course Jonathan Swainson's out of the race as well. So again, it's just another road course race where again we're seeing we're getting a battle up front, but again, it's still only like, it's either 5 or less cars in the lead lap, and then a couple guys maybe just a couple laps down, and then there's just the rest of the field where it's just, there's zero luck.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like we were going good there for a while, and then, yeah, just everything sort of happened, unfortunately, and, you know, this is more kind of what we've become familiar with over the course of, you know, the first month of our dart season, but yeah, hopefully we'll still get a good finish here at least, because, you know, there were times where, you know, you start to not have things to talk about, really. And I mean, it's a heck of a thing to talk about, there's no lie. But yeah, like even if you look at 4 and 5, I guess if Marini catches up to Knoll there a little bit, you know, we could have some fireworks for 4th. But other than that, like Mangrum's kind of in a world of his own. 16 seconds behind this battle, and about 20 seconds behind, or ahead of the 4 or 5.
And then Kyle Knoll and Mike Marini might get in a battle later on as this goes on. They're separated by about maybe 2 to 3 seconds-ish. That'd be about the range right there. But yes, of course, the 15 of Kyle Knoll, Storm Surge Esports rookie, number 15 Toyota. And then Mike Marini, the number 12 True North Racing Audi. So finally I was able to talk about some other drivers right there. But quite frankly, I do not want to stay away from this.
No, I mean, this is the main event here right now, isn't it? These guys, again, with all 3 victories to this point in the season, coming up on lap traffic here. Just keep it clean here, guys. And it looks like Reynolds was able to get out of the way there.
Indeed, so a couple of these guys certainly paying their due respect to the top leaders here. And I got to give him credit on that one, because I don't think they'd want to see any of the viewers be able to have this lead battle taken away from them, because this has been going on for practically the entire race, and you're pretty much seeing the two guys that are practically going for the championship here. Unfortunately, it's a little unfortunate too, because again, the number 7 of Andy Hurdle not being here, we've known him as Mr. Consistency throughout the season so far. Meanwhile, Baum and Sears are just kind of flip-flopping with their little patterns. It's almost as if it's like that one year where it's like Ferrari in Formula 1, where you DNF one race, then you win a race, then you DNF, and then maybe a podium, and it just goes back and forth, back and forth. Meanwhile, this year, they can't even get on the podium.
Yeah, I mean, 13 races, also not nearly as much time to make up, especially, you know, with the one dropped race that the guys will have. So, kind of got to make every race count here.
All right, there we go. So 10 laps to go in the 2023 edition of the Dart Indy Ontario Round 4-13 for the Canadian Motorsports Network Dart Series on iRacing Season 2. I feel like that's really all there is to say.
Yeah, I mean, the images have pretty much told the story otherwise.
It's basically, it's like something I've learned in my journalism program over the past year or so. It's show, don't tell, even though, quite frankly, with a broadcast, you're supposed to do both.
Yep. I completely agree with that, having, again, graduated from the same program.
Yes. So, I guess on another note, Darcy Cudmore appears to be the 4th DNF in this one. He eventually decided to call it quits, so Jonathan Swainson, Patrick Hernandez, Darcy Cudmore, and Corbin McCauley are the 4 DNFs in this one. So now, I believe only 11 cars remain on the circuit, while Hunter Young and Darcy Ford are still in their pit boxes. Darcy Ford still has a complete car visually. Meanwhile, Hunter Young, that's self-explanatory if you can see.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, not really much else to say there.
I guess if we do want to talk about something else here, we're getting a bit of behind-the-scenes chats going on of what's up. So McCauley was going 172 miles per hour, I believe that's what I can see. Meanwhile, Darcy was going 115.
And now, one thing I would say to that, like, we don't have a replay of, you know, maybe the 75 goes off track before that as well, and is just trying to get up to speed, and it's just a circumstantial thing. Like, I totally get the frustration on the behalf of the man going 172 in that section. And, I mean, there's a lot of kind of heat of the moment stuff happening as well. But, like, character-wise for either of them, I can't see that there would be anything inherently malicious at play.
Well, hopefully not. We'll have to wait and see whenever it comes to competition committee decisions after this race, of course. But again, though, whenever I say after this race, we still have another freaking event to focus on after this one with the Indy 250 qualifying, which hopefully will go by pretty fast. But at the same time, though, too, I'll say for again, you know, it's an oval. It's a very I would imagine it's the most coveted race in all of the Dart series here within the Canadian Motorsports Network. And out of all open wheel races, it's like the one. I mean, quite frankly, it's half the real life 500. So, you know what? Might as well talk about that right now, Jordy. What are your fond memories of the past Indy 250s that have occurred here in the Dart series?
Oh, so, well, I was going to say I thought I was going to get interrupted there, but it looked like Sears actually went wide on the exit of Moss, which is going to give Baum a little bit of breathing room here, albeit very briefly. But I'll just make sure that this remains as it is before I launch into some of my memories, part of which, you know, would be also me very much stalling to remember some of these things. But yeah, obviously it was a different time on the Project Cars platform, just pretty much trying to get it to work as much as anything else. Yeah, that was a little bit on the crazy side whenever we got that started up. Yeah, I remember, I think there were 2 or 3 different iterations that we did. Maybe a practice one and then the actual Indy 250. I remember one of them that Jared Ireland was part of, and he was looking good. Left his pit stop 1 lap too late, ran out of gas. Think that is the one maybe where Andy Hurdle wound up winning. I'd have to go back and think on that one, but I'm pretty sure that was the order of events. But at that point, we were more looking at the Indy 250 as, you know, we were more looking at the excitement about it, honestly, because as you say, it's very much the pinnacle of this American open wheel racing format that we're in. And I mean, even though we can, you know, say half the town, but yeah, that's the most of kind of what I'm thinking of right now. Obviously, completely different era, completely different car. Yeah, I think it's hard to, you know, put full stock into how those previous Indy events went, but yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how that goes, and I mean, we'll get our first taste of it soon enough.
Oh my gosh, the 32, it looked as though it was about to make a dive bomb there going through the end of the Mario Andretti straightaway into the S's. Again, it's just kind of flip-flopping when it comes to the distance. There are times where they're just, it's about 3/10 or so, and then there's a point where they're literally bumper to bumper. But again, 4 laps to go in this one. I was going to follow up. I was going to follow up on you and saying yes, the inaugural Indy 250, just kind of the practice one, quote unquote, back on March 15th, 2022. That was indeed won by Andy Hurdle. Jared Ireland finishing in 15th. Again, we remember, or at least NASCAR fans will remember him as a rookie for season 4 of the NASCAR series, of course. The actual Indy 250 that did count for points last season was won by, yes, it was won by Ireland. Hurdle got the practice one, but Ireland got the points one. So that's how that works. So there is still a chance, I guess, quote unquote, we still could have, you know, another driver, or like a driver, you know, still maintain victory lane territory for the Indy 250. But again, points-wise, we're going to get a new one because Jared Ireland is not running with us here for Season 2 of the Dart Series on iRacing, of course. But I suppose we might as well try and keep all those talks, maybe push them a little bit later, because, again, we got 3 laps to go here in the 2023 Season 2 Dart Indy Ontario. And, again, I was saying these 2 guys, rookies, Dylan Baum and Charlie Sears, it's either 3/10 or they're bumper to bumper. We'll just have to see how this goes here. The Mario Andretti straightaway, I'll say for sure, will definitely give some good runs here for the number 32 to maybe try and make a dive bomb into the S's on the number 3 Toyota. But they'll be coming to 2 laps to go. This race has been flying by. There's not a whole lot of time for the 32 to get something done here. But I mean, hey, they're still close. We're still going to get some form of a thrilling finish here no matter what.
Yeah, and you know, I think that Sears does definitely have to get closer to Baum to try and make the move. Like, I think at the start of the Andretti straight last time around, he was like 6/10 back potentially. So, like, that's not going to get the job done, especially if you try a lunge. And especially, it looked like Baum had more or less the outside line going into that right-hander at the end of the straight. So,
oh boy, that could have been really bad.
It could have been. I think is that Mercado or
that Reynolds? Is Reynolds.
Okay, all the pink cars. Meanwhile,
oh boy.
Yeah, Sears looking for it. Baum taking that inside line, as we've seen time and time again. And White's corners leading to the white flag here, buddy.
White flag. One more lap to go in the Dart Indy Ontario. Charlie Sears looking for his second career victory in the Dart Series. Dylan Baum looking for his third within 4 races. Sears right on the rear bumper of the number 3. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, just trying to force a mistake out of that 3, but Baum is so cool under the pressure here.
Baum is blocking. They're going to be side by side up the hill.
Oh, but Baum's going to have the inside.
Oh my, Sears went a little wide. Baum is going to get the advantage, but down the Mario Andretti straightaway, Sears will try to get a run.
Yeah, I think Sears might have gone for it a corner too early there because
oh yes, he's dropping back.
Inside edge. Wait, what's happened now?
Sears is dropping back, so I think this may have just been given right here. So, with all that being said, the 2023 Dart Indy Ontario is going to officially go to the number 3 of Dylan Baum.
Yeah, that was a little bit anticlimactic there at the end. It didn't look like anything happened as Sears crosses the line in second. But, yeah, that was looking good. The point, again, I was making, it felt like Sears went maybe a corner too early on his overtake. Had he tried it on the exit of Moss at the start of the Andretti straight, then yeah, I think maybe he gets there. How many times have we referenced, Charlie Sears being, in a pro league right now? We just had a guy beat him straight up. I think that speaks to the overall depth of the field here potentially as well, especially as guys start to get the handle of the Dallara IR-01. And, the fact that that's happened. And, we're getting an update from Sears directly, actually, as to what happened. I'll actually read this off in real time. He said, quote, he had to save 2 laps of fuel and, yeah, said got on the gas too early in Moss, as we saw, and then, yeah, took front wing damage. And as he mentioned, second time that happened to him.
Very unfortunate. I mean, hey, he was still... Hey, I was saying this earlier. If he doesn't win, at least try to finish the race, and he did exactly that. And then, quite frankly, he overstepped that. He still finished second. It's not a win, but he still finished second. That's still going to help him in the points, although, quite frankly, Dylan Baum was heading into this race with, a 30-plus point lead, and now he's going to completely extend that to this one. So, with all that being said... we're going to quickly get through the unofficial results. I'm not going to bother with our faces until probably later, because we still have to get through Indy 250 qualifying on a completely different live stream, by the way. But anyways, the number 3 Toyota, SimLeaguePro.com, Team 44 Racing. Dylan Baum goes to victory lane for the 3rd time within 4 weeks. Charlie Sears and CD Mangrum will round out the podium for 2 nights. Dart Indy Ontario, Kyle Noll and Mike Marini rounding out the top 5, and also the lead lap cars. Daniel Cudmore, Jose Mercado, Ty Higginbottom, Jason Butler, and Ivan Reynolds rounding out the top 10. Not too shabby there for the number 67. And then for the rest of the field, a lot of bad luck for a couple of guys. But I mean, Marco Lett falling just short of a top 10. Not too shabby again for him. He's had a lot of bad luck to start off his Dart Series career, but... again, not too shabby. Corbin McCauley, unfortunately, had the car for a potential podium finish, but a couple mistakes throughout the race, and then a bit of a lap traffic fiasco took him out late. And unfortunately, had to do with Darcy Cudmore finishing in the 13th position. And then Hunter Young, Patrick Hernandez, Darcy Ford, and Jonathan Swainson rounded all out. So with all that being said, that is it for racing action here tonight, round 4 of 13.